Hello everyone and welcome to a very special long play of Earthworm Jim Prototype. This is the GameFan Magazine version. It was 5 days released before the actual release. Sorry if I mess up some wording, a little tired. So, basically I'm doing a long play of this prototype for the Sega Genesis. This was given to me by an awesome person from AssemblerGames. His name is ExplodedHamster. He'll be dumping this whole ROM so that everyone can play. But for now, this is just so I can do a complete run through and, you know, give my commentary, 2 cents, and show you what differences there are. Because that's always the most fun about playing prototypes and then playing final releases. This took hours and hours of gameplay and playthroughs to make sure that what I was talking about was true and, you know, confirmed. And a lot of other people from AssemblerGames also helped me find out secret menus and everything. Like, lots of things have been changed. Now, I don't know about secret codes. Codes definitely have been changed, but so far I can't get any of them to work except the cheat menu that someone figured out on Assembler. So this will be more of a thorough playthrough, guys. If I notice anything, obviously I will tell you what I noticed and whatnot. So yes, here we go. So this is going to be a very thorough playthrough, so I apologize for anyone who's like, you know, go to the secret room already. I can't do that, and can't do that because I want you to be able to see everything. For the most part, this is a very near, almost complete prototype. I mean, 5 days till the Dave Perry's final engine should say something, but you'd be surprised on how much crap Shiny would get done in like a few days. Like, they were huge procrastinators. After playing this prototype, kind of showed me, you know, their work ethic, which they're awesome. Don't get me wrong, they're awesome. Sega actually came to them with a contract for an extra level, and that extra level is Intestinal Distress. So that was probably almost near the end of its development. Like, all the characters were already created and animated. However, Intestinal Distress wasn't actually a level yet. It was only, you know, schematics, you know, just schematics, just concept art. It wasn't actually a planned level until Sega came to, you know, Shiny and requested that the Sega version have an exclusive level to make it stand out from the Super Nintendo version, since both games were being ported simultaneously. So far, guys, nothing different. This is all the same. Ow! Yeah. But yeah, so it's really awesome that I'm getting to do this, because, you know, out of all the prototypes that have been released, none have been the Sega Genesis, and that was actually a goal of mine, is because, I mean, technically the Sega was, you know, being worked on first, and then it was ported directly over to the SNES, like, side by side. But that still means that Sega had precedence over the versions. Which is pretty neat, actually. I'm not really worried about conserving plasmas. You're gonna use them anyways. And besides, if you die, you lose them already, so, I mean, yeah. So, the first change is right here, guys. No, that crow interrupted me. The first change, right here. That crow right there was not in the final. They actually, in this version, he's there, but I think the reason why Shiny took him out in the end game is because there was too many enemies. You had literally... Leave me alone! You literally had a dog right... What? What? Y'all saw that. Ah! What? Where did he come from? Okay, that was the crow I was talking about. The one that came right from there. He was not in the final game. Apparently there were probably too many enemies, and Shiny felt that it was really hard for the player or their testers or whomever to focus on all those enemies at once. So they got rid of that crow near the end so that the player wouldn't have all too much they couldn't handle. So that's one change already. Alrighty. Billy the Bed. So far, I haven't seen any differences with Billy. He acts the same. I am playing this on difficult, so I'm gonna get the full Earthworm Jim experience. Okay. We're gonna keep on shooting. See, my real goal, guys, is I want to try and find a prototype that has lots of early content. Now, a lot of this is also hard because even though, you know, they would make it for Q&A, probably testers, it's very unlikely that very, very old builds would be around just because, I mean, if you've ever made a game before, you're constantly overwriting betas. Like, even in the little project I'm working on, I'm constantly overwriting it, so it's really hard to, you know, keep betas around. And the only ones that really got out were the ones that had to be transferred to either like magazines or sponsorships or things that, you know, got to have an early access to the game before it was released. And the sad part about that is most early access releases, you know, are near the end of the final game. Now Chuck here can glitch out. He can glitch, and what I mean by glitch is that the crate right there can sometimes disappear. It can disappear, or if it's shot in a certain way, it won't spawn, and that's the only way you can hurt Chuck, so it's actually game breaking. See if I can access it. Nope. Probably not today, guys, but it has happened, and I'll probably upload videos. See, this is just a long play with no edits in it. I'll probably upload like all the you know, the changes later, because y'all didn't get to see him actually glitch out, and it was really interesting. But don't worry, that'll be in another video, okay, guys? All right, New Junk City done. All right. The asteroids. And what I plan to do is I want to do some more prototype playthroughs, because I find them really fun, and y'all already know, if at least by now, that Earthworm Jim is like my favorite game, so definitely want to do that. In one of these, I'm probably gonna die, so you can see me fight Psychro. As far as what I've seen, it's the same. No differences on the Psychro fight. Alrighty, we're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. So I guess this is just some insight on y'all. Personally, to me, like, I like Andy Asteroids. It's a fun level, but the only thing that bothered me was that there were too many of them. It kind of got to the point, like with you know, everyone's favorite level in Earthworm Jim 2, Puppy Love. It's kind of like that. I feel like if they had used it sparingly, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like it. I do like playing through it, but what if they had more space for a whole nother level if they didn't, you know, have all these anti-asteroids? You know what I mean? But then again, a little bonus between levels is always fun, and it gives you a chance to get a continue. But that's just me. Alright, what the heck? What the heck? So there are some differences in what the heck, and I will show you them momentarily. Also, for anyone who follows the fan game page, I apologize in advance. You know, I haven't really been too active. Actually, been very busy with work and other projects. Plus this one right here. I'm trying to get this one ready for some time. But yeah, so just stay tuned. I'm gonna have some updates on Facebook pretty soon. Like I said, just hang in there, guys. All right, hang in there. I haven't forgotten about you. And I do check the Facebook page very, very often. I just don't have always things to post because I'm still working. Just working. Okay, die. Okay, we're doing good so far. What the heck? So far, everything looks the same. Nothing different yet. I like the music. Those moments in gameplay where you just kind of forget what you're talking about and you need a topic to inspire something. Oh god. Yep, that inspired. Alright, we're almost there. Almost there. So, how is everyone? I mean, I know people pretty much thought I was dead. And truth is, I'm not. I'm just a busy person. But what about y'all? How are y'all doing? Let me know in the comments. Or let me know what you think of this prototype. And let me know if you want to see any more prototypes. I do have a couple. And I would love to show them off, you know, and give like commentary, you know, just like my 2 cents on where I think the development went, where it could have went, and you know, just my my overall thoughts on the whole process, because there's lots of different things, you know, when playing a full game and playing a prototype that you notice, which I think is pretty cool. Like, even with the whole intestinal distress thing, it's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me that all of that happened pretty much last minute development. Though all of this is just speculation. I don't have an actual prototype where it's in the early makings. Okay, so this is actually a thing. You can activate that multiple times, and I'll show you how. Ow! Oh, ooh, bad, hurt, pain, hurt. Ow! Don't kill me. Okay, you can actually activate this multiple times, which is really neat. I guess they still needed to patch up some things. I'll show you. Go up here. Alright, and then up here. Okay, so basically you have to leave the area. You have to leave the area, and then you have to come back. And there is a way to come back, but you gotta hurt yourself. So just make sure you have enough health before you do so. And if this works, and it should, sometimes it is finicky, guys, so if it doesn't work, I'm not bullshitting, I promise. And of course it's not gonna work. Alright, hang on. Let me really leave the area, and then come back to it, and you'll see what I mean. Because I've gotten to trigger it about 3 times just by doing this, which I think is really interesting. You know, you'd think that they would have maybe an alterable value saying, hey, after this has been triggered, set this to 0 so it can't trigger again, or you know, depending on how they programmed it. I'm not sure how they programmed it. But that's what I would have done if I was, you know, in their shoes. I would, to make sure that it can't be triggered multiple times. Alright, so now we got that continue. Let's go back and see if it'll trigger again. Because it should trigger. Oh, don't kill me, please. I hope this doesn't kill me. Oh my god! I do this for y'all. Remember that. I do this for you. Yes! See? You have to leave the area. Oh god, I'm probably gonna die here. Oh god. Oh god. Oh! No, 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 no. Oh. God, that was actually really scary. Okay, okay, good, good, good. Okay. But yeah, so now you see that I'm totally not BSing. And that is a thing. Now I can't trigger it again because I'll obviously die. But it's pretty neat that it's based on if Jim is in the area or not. Oh god, don't kill me, fire! Please don't kill me. Okay. I'll try and see if I can make this a perfect run through, but I don't think it's possible just because a lot of the things to show. And bingo! Big change on what the heck. You see that? You see that hook right there? You can actually whip that. And I bet you this was for testers. This was for testers so they could backtrack through the level and get back to where they were. So yeah. See? This is not in the final game, people. Not in... Oh. Well, I don't count that as a real death. I mean, because yeah. But yeah, so that's really interesting that they added that. That they added this little hook. To be honest, if that was actually in the final game, and say they changed that graphic into a real hook, I think it could work. You know, I think a lot of times in games where they have it where you cannot backtrack is kind of sad, because some people like myself who can get very you know, who want to search everywhere, find it very discouraging and disheartening when they can't backtrack, because it makes them feel like they've left some things or forgot some things. But I guess to speak on the defense of Earthworm Jim, there's no real actual secrets or unlockables, so I guess it works. But that's still interesting to see that that was actually a thing. Alright, to the boss. And we're doing good. We're doing good. You can't shoot me with your fire. Let's see if the suit's gonna act up. Hi, suit. Fine, ignore me. I never liked you anyways. You will not be getting a Christmas card from me this year. Oh no, you can't suck up to me now. You wanna wave to all the subscribers? You wanna wave? They don't understand that. Suit, they don't understand that. Come on. The most aggravating part is waiting. Yeah, I know, I'm in. Alright, now the boss. Okay, that's one. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. All right. And away we go. And I'll try to beat this guys thoroughly. Like, I do want to give you a thorough, like, examine of the prototype versus, you know, versus the actual full game. But for now, I'm going to try and also blast through it because, you know, on the contrary, some people really don't like very long videos, and some people don't like it when people stutter or mess up in games. And just want to let you know, if I do mess up, it's perfectly natural. This is a prototype. We're trying to find all those secrets. We're trying to examine the game to the best of our ability. Bubbles. But yeah, just as I said before, leave in the comments if y'all want to see any more prototype playthroughs. I do have a few more Earthworm Jim playthroughs, or prototypes, excuse me, that I could definitely do. And ExplodedHamster has actually given me a couple of other prototypes to play around with and see if I can notice anything different. So just let me know if you want that, and I will get on it. Though it'll have to be on an off day when I'm not working, unfortunately. Okay, anyways. That's two. Okay. Groovy. He said groovy, but he didn't move his mouth. Alright, down the tubes. What's your favorite level, guys? I mean, since we're playing Earthworm Jim, prototype or not, I think it's still a very valid question. What's your favorite level in Earthworm Jim? I have several. I would say my favorite levels are definitely the actual run and guns, which was kind of my problem with Earthworm Jim 2, is, you know, Earthworm Jim 2 was very, very creative. You know, they were very creative with their level designs and very creative with level variety. But at the same time, sometimes you really just want to do this. Like, this is what makes Earthworm Jim 1 to me stand out so much more, is the fact that a lot of it is run and gun. With the, you know, exception of It's Not a Problem and Anti-Asteroids. Those being the two main difference levels. I guess Down the Tubes would count if you count the Bath Submarine. But I don't know, I just like to run and gun, to be honest. It's fun. It's really fun. Okay, before I go over there, I want to just double check to make sure that I got everything here. Oh, and what versions did y'all grow up with? And which ones do you prefer? Between the Sega and the Super Nintendo. We'll just keep it at that discussion for now. I know there's a special edition, Windows 95, and you know, and all that. However, since this prototype is from the olden days, let's just stick to Sega or Super Nintendo. Which one do y'all prefer? Personally, even though I grew up with the Super Nintendo version, I think the Sega does take precedence because there's just lots of things that were added to the Sega that the Super Nintendo did not get to have. And I guess I don't really understand at the end of the day why there wasn't that many sound effects in the Super Nintendo version. I remember when I first got the Sega version, and I was blown away at all the different sound bites that Jim had. And it made me think, the version I had all along was not complete, you know, and it's kind of weird when you think about it that way. So I guess my answer, I like the Sega. I do like the Sega, but at the same time, I grew up with the Super Nintendo, so I definitely have some heartstrings towards the Super Nintendo version. What am I doing? Die! I didn't have to do all that. I could have just wasted my plasmas. Alright, we're almost to the end. Also, let's see. I guess another thing we could talk about is the fact that platforming, you know, platform games are starting to make a comeback. I think with the whole release of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, I actually think that a lot of platformers have a chance. I mean, for crap's sake, Bubsy's coming back. And I have no beef against Bubsy. I mean, all for them. If they can make that game come back and give it some polish, be perfect. But I feel like this would also be a golden time for Jim. I mean, a lot of 90s characters are coming back, and in the best ways possible. I mean, I know the situation with Doug TenNapel and Shiny Entertainment employees. You know, and some of the employees are no longer with us today, unfortunately. Andy Astor being one of them, which is sad. But I feel like now would really be a great time for Jim to strike. And those who don't know, Jim's rights or Interplay actually went out of business recently, or allegedly out of business. They're selling their whole IPs. This was back in September of 2016. Now, it's been a very quiet auction. Nothing's been said, nothing's been published, and it seems like an all-for-one deal. In other words, you have to buy the whole, like, their whole portfolio, with Earthworm Jim and MDK included. I don't know if any private collectors have purchased it, or if any game studios or, you know, publishers have published it. But I feel like now would be a perfect time for Jim to make a comeback, because because of all these platformers coming back, it's only natural that a superhero annelid in a really groovy suit would make a comeback. It just seems like the natural thing to happen. Okay. So far, no real differences. Down the tubes, I want to say the plasma near the end of the corner, near the last segment, is missing. But at the same time, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there's a secret over here. If anyone was wondering if they wanted some extra lives, there's a secret right there. There's another life secret, but after you get 9, it's kind of pointless to go for. Oh, here's some extra ammo if anyone's looking for it. Though I'll still show y'all where the secrets are if you're curious. So if you go down here, and then go up here, and then right here, a life would be right here. But like I said, once you get 9, you can't really get any more lives. Which is another interesting thing that Shiny programmed. 9 lives. They really wanted to have that cat thing going, don't they? But yeah, we're just blasting through. We're at 25, I want to say 25 minutes in, and already, I want to say halfway through the game, but then again, it's not a problem. It's like really quick. You can beat that game. You can beat that level very quickly. So we'll say just a little bit over half, or close to half, with level 5 being the longest level. Okay, keep going. But yeah, for 5 days, you know, 5 days of, you know, before release, it's still really nice to see that there are some differences. And it looks like some graphics spaz out here and there too, so maybe optimization still was being worked on. Now, to let y'all know, I am playing this on an emulator, so if you do see me do any save states or anything, it's perfectly fine, it's normal. There are a lot of game-breaking things in this prototype that if I don't use the save states, it will cause some issues. So please ignore if the emulator pop-up screen comes up, please ignore that, because in order for me to show you all the all the glitches and whatnot, I'm gonna need to do that. Alright, Bob, you are gone. Alright, cruising along, singing a song. Okay, now we're in Andy Asteroids. Now this might be me, but I think there are some Andy Asteroid levels that you just really cannot get all 50 or get a continue on. Like there's just not enough little bubble capsules, or if there are, they're so limited that you have to literally get them all your first try, otherwise you don't get the continue, which kind of sucks because some of these are really hard to get. Ow. Bubble or shield? I'll take a shield for 200. Okay. Keep going. Blasting on through. Okay, gotta concentrate. Oh, cool. I actually get to continue for this one. Yay! And at the end of the game, I'll actually show y'all some special secrets here and there. That way, y'all can see fully this prototype and what it's for. It's really cool. Okay. That's a continue for me. Yes, I like continues. 3 continues. It's not a problem. It's not a problem for the most part. By what I've seen is the same. There's nothing different. This level was already set to go. However, in other prototypes, I don't own them, but in like reveals of the game, it actually showed Jim being able to shoot. And there's actually a sprite of Jim kind of in this position right there with his gun. So you were actually able to shoot Major Mucus. Maybe they took that out because they really just wanted it to be a bungee fight, and bringing a gun to a bungee fight isn't necessarily fair. Alright, come on. Animation is the same. If the Flim Brain bites you, you're still cut in half. There's no unfinished animations. All the animations are finished, of course, being only 5 days till release. Oh, I should have just let him do his own thing. He was killing himself. He ate me! He ate me whole! I always found it funny that they use that soundbite for when Jim fails his mission. It's not a problem 3. Wait, is this 3 or 2? Is this 2 or 3? If this is 2, then this is bad. Because usually I don't have a problem on round 2. It's round 3 I have the problem with. That's just because they make him, like, they make him resist, and it's frustrating. Okay. Just gotta wait for him to go towards the sides, and... Damn it. Alright. And you know what they say, patience is a virtue unless you're Bungie. Ooh! Oh! Oh, my baby toe! He almost killed me. Oh, that was round 3. Okay, I was wondering, I knew it felt hard. Like, I knew it felt hard. I just couldn't remember what level I was on. Keep on going. Oh yeah, guys, my bad. I almost forgot. In what the heck? There was another prototype secret. So I should have mentioned it. I guess I was too busy talking about something else. You know where Evil the Cat drops the bomb? There's no super healing atom. In the final game, they put the super healing atom probably because the stalactite, segment was just too hard. It was really hard, and that it is true. If you're playing this game on difficult, those stalactites hurt a lot. So that's probably why they added them. Or their testers just literally could not beat the level easily. So they wanted to make sure that the game was fair, challenging. Earthworm Jim's always been known for its challenge, but still fair enough for, like the inexperienced players to be able to pick up and enjoy. Wow, I actually got the continue on this one. I'm doing pretty good so far. But I do remember some anti-asteroids not being able to get the continues very easily, or if at all. Alright, here we go. 4 continues. About 32 minutes in, we're doing pretty good. Level 5. Level 5 does have some changes, very subtle, if anything, but it is interesting. I gotta get me some health, man. Alright. Ooh, eek. Crap. The timing's off on those things. Crap! The timing's off on them. I'm gonna die. No. I don't know if that was a thing in the final game, but the timing on these are off. There we go. Now they're back. Alrighty. Okay, we are gonna have to go through the hard part with the with being in the cage, and on difficult, it's a nightmare. But hopefully I can get through it. All right, on one try. So far everything's the same. Nothing changed here. Ow. And in other reveals, level 5 had a lot of differences too. Like there was lots of differences and changes, which I really wish we could see. If someone does have a prototype that would be released, or even do a gameplay of, it would be pretty cool. I would like to see it at least. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta concentrate. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. No! Darn it. Okay. I'm debating on going down there, but it's not worth it. Look at me, I'm running in my cage. Okay, let's try this again. Damn it. See, the one that gets you usually is the one that comes right below you, because it can come out of nowhere and you're not ready for it. Okay, there we go. So far, alright, so far so good. We just gotta make it through the last part. Get away. Just like the final, you can't whip there, so that's good. Because that would be really interesting if you could actually get out of the cage somehow. Okay. Here we go. Ready for round 2? Oh man, I am not ready. It's just remembering their pattern, because sometimes they got a pattern, and sometimes they don't. Stop. Going. Ah. Yes. All right. So far, all of these are the same. Just like the final, you can go up here for a shortcut. Let's see. Those are there, and they don't. Ah, where'd you come from? Alright, let's go into the secret level. Who turned out the lights? As far as I know, Who Turned Out the Lights is completely the same. Side-by-side comparisons, they're the same. So let's go ahead and get all the secrets. I always thought Who Turned Out the Lights level was a very interesting concept, and the main reason, you know, with it being like that is the fact that even though it's dark, you still have a sense of you know where to go, and this is actually really good programming. It's like very good level design, because most levels like this, you're like, okay, where the hell do I go? I can't see anything, so I don't know where to go. Yet, they do it so brilliantly here, and it's not just because I played the game, like, so many times. They designed this so well that the player actually does know where they're going, even if it's in, like, pitch black darkness. Plus, who could not love that jig? It's nice music. Tommy Tallarico, you a genius. Keep going. Alright, so far so good. Keep going. Oops. Forgot I could do that for a second. Alright. Keep going. Alright, we're almost done with Who Turned Out the Lights. It's a neat little secret, which is what I like. You know, that it's not hard. It's very simple. But it still offers a lot, so I mean I enjoy it for that. And time to run! I always wondered what would happen if that thing somehow got, you know, transported into this part of the level. Like, that'd be scary, in all honesty. You see those giant eyes coming for you? Okay, part 2. Yeah, level 5 is definitely the longest level. And sometimes it can also be the level that everyone dreads because it is so long. I think on average it takes almost 7 to 10 minutes just to beat. Keep going, going. But it's not, I'm not doing too bad for doing a quick playthrough. Like 40 minutes in, and this is including like the title screen and everything. I'm not doing too bad, you know? Not doing too bad. Oh crap. Yep, no changes here. That life would be here, but I have 9 lives, so that's why it's not there. Okay, let's keep going. Go this way. And then this way. The main difference in level 5 is part 3. In the part 3 level, there's something that I'll show you. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so far, no differences there. Guys, if I go completely silent, I'm just scanning, just seeing if I'm missing anything. So far, everything looks the same. Like I said, 5 days till release. It's not going to be all that different. There's going to be like little hints and things here and there. But yeah, a lot of the stuff is ready to go for the most part. You know, it's presentable. Oh, and hopefully any of the secrets that I'm finding, if y'all didn't know where they are, that's cool, you know. I guess you could consider this a walkthrough. That wasn't supposed to happen. What always made me so curious was, why is the robot chicken a boss and not Professor Monkey for head? Since, I mean, this is technically his lair, you know, this is his lab. It kind of made me question, you know, a little bit. But I guess, you know, a robot chicken, that's crazy, and I like it. There's a secret right here, too. It's full health. Keep going here, keep going here. Okay, so that's the same. Yep. Fun fact, in the Super Nintendo... Oh, okay, actually, before I get to that. There's no continue here. In the final game, there was a continue right here. And this was most likely because the Robot Chicken boss, although not the most hardest, could still give some players a challenge. And if you died in this segment, you would have to go all the way back, basically, to the beginning. Because I don't remember there being another checkpoint. So that's probably why they added that. And now the most silliest boss in the world. You gotta enjoy the humor in Earthworm Jim. Okay, this is the same as well. The plasma actually, the plasma shot, but it didn't show the sprite. That's interesting. So the sprite that you're seeing right here, this was actually used for It's Not a Problem. It was a little bit changed though. This sprite right here that you're watching me do, because with him turning around like that, I believe that was actually in the It's Not a Problem originally, and they actually grabbed the sprite and they changed it. You know, the one that you're seeing right now, this one, they changed that. From the original It's Not a Problem sprite to this one, and just used it for the chicken boss. Alright guys, next is For Pete's Sake. So we're blasting on through. This is actually a pretty quick playthrough, you know, for other standards. Besides, like I said, I wanted to make this a pretty quick playthrough, just explaining all the changes or differences I see or notice. And guys, if you notice anything that I didn't notice, post in the comments. That's always most interesting, because sometimes when you're playing a game, you kind of zone out and you don't really think about things. Even though I've done very, very precise playthroughs side by side, there could still be things I missed. And if you notice anything, leave in the comments. Because that's what makes prototype findings so much fun, is when other people join in on the fun and try to find differences. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the continue this time, and maybe it's possible, but so far this is like one of those levels that I can't get it. Alrighty, For Pete's Sake. For Pete's Sake has one difference in it. Or two. I've noticed two. Hold on, I'll show you. So we all know that the Earthworm Jim Super Nintendo and Sega version for Pete's Sake both have different color schemes. I'm sometimes more partial to the Sega because I really love the reds and the purples and the blues and the magentas, and how they look. Like, I don't know, this is very pleasing to the eye. It's very pleasing to the eye. And the Super Nintendo uses more of a, a chromatic, monochromatic color scheme, with all the blues, which I do like. I feel like this one, since it's more warm, it really attracts your eyes. But, I don't know. I think they just did a great job with this one. Another fun fact, in another, release, or not a release, but a reveal, and these screenshots are also on Google. It was from a Playmates compilation, and that's actually on YouTube. You can watch it right now, actually, but don't watch the rest of this playthrough first. Oh, change. That's a change right there. That little platform there, they took out. They took that out in the final game, and they did it for a very good reason, because I actually tried to jump on it because I was curious, and I fell through the level. Oh, there's another change right there. It looks like this part's not optimized very well, so if you shoot it once, it'll create it, but if you shoot it multiple times, it won't finish the animation. In the full game, that's been fixed. Alright, bring it on. I wish Peter Puppy would just stay down. I mean, he sees that Jim is shooting a gun. Like, stop moving. God. So frustrating when you're trying to kill all the asteroids and destroy them all. And Peter Puppy is just, trying to waltz his way through. Like, I'm escorting you, Peter. You gotta wait for me. Alrighty. So far, so good. All this looks pretty similar. You stupid dog. Ugh. Well, at least they're gracious here. Alrighty. Come on, we can do it. We're about halfway through this level. We're doing pretty good so far. Keep going. Keep going. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, that was way too close. Nope. Oh. Really? All the way back there? You couldn't have just been a kind-hearted soul and said, you know what? You know, you're trying to escort me, trying to save my life, and everyone makes mistakes. So why don't I just, you know, spit you out on here and oh my god! Okay, going back. Since my buddy over here wants to be a mean person. A very mean person, Peter. Hey, Pete. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. Okay, okay, enough fooling around. Enough fooling around. Let's do this properly. I, for one, am getting tired of doing this segment over and over and over again. There we go. And basically the end of the level. I am going to go for the advanced segment. Because that's always fun. Yeah, fun. Drop. Whip. Oh yeah, it was always fun when I was little to see the cow fly through. Like, literally, because it was always weird, because I'm like, Mom, there's a cow on the screen, and my mom would not believe me. She's like, John, there's no cow on the screen. And then I go through the segment, and the cow flies. I'm like, well, and my mom just looks at me, and she's like, yeah, there's a cow on the screen. So, yeah, Earthworm Jim, you have introduced many hilarity to my life. You have introduced hilarity. Oh, get away. This is my puppy. Too many poppies. Poppies? Poppies! I wonder if that was actually a joke on, you know, from the cartoon on Earthworm Jim 2, where he has, like, a post-traumatic, distress because, or post-traumatic stress disorder because of Psychro, tossing his nieces and nephews out the window. You ready for a secret, guys? Ah! He never left. Bye! Like, get back here! And that's how I got my name. Jim the Animal. Crap. I had it, and then I was staring at the bubbles, and my brain was like, damn it. We're almost there. Keep going. What was I gonna say? Abandon. Yeah, Jim the Abandonment. Or Abandoner. Yeah, I really should start practicing before I start showing off. Ow. This might be one of those that I'm definitely not gonna get to continue on, and I'm definitely probably gonna die. Maybe. Possibly. In good faith, I won't die. Ow. Oh yeah, I do have to fight Psychro, so if this is the one where I have to fight Psychro, so be it. That way y'all can see the Psychro fight. Keep going. Ah, shit. That was not on purpose. That was not on purpose, I promise. Yeah, I'm definitely fighting Psychro. But that's fine. That way y'all can see how it goes. This doesn't make me a loser, does it? Rega Fraggin Noga Ragum. Alright, Psychro. I was actually secretly hoping that this fight was going to be a little bit different, but nope, it's the same. Oh crap, come on. Stop floating! Not fair. Oh, come on, Psychro. No one wants to see Jim die from you. No one. No one. Shit. Ah, come on, leave. Leave! You are not welcome in these parts! He just won't get the memo, will he? Yeah! Alright. Intestinal Distress. This is, guys, this is one of those levels that I'm gonna have to use save states. To show you a really, really interesting thing at the end. But first, I'm probably gonna die because I only have 3%. I only have 3% of life. Oh, don't kill me. Please. I actually really like Intestinal Distress. The colors are really interesting, having a triadic color scheme. I think it really works very well. I mean, when you look at Jim himself is triadic. Like, you know, red, white, or excuse me, no. Blue, no. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Red, blue, and yellow. Primary colors on the color wheel. So it's really neat to see, you know, that this level actually has a triadic color scheme. And it looks really good, too. Can you believe that this level was a last-minute thing? Like, this level, in an interview with Nick Broody, someone had questioned, this was on, what's it called? What's the website called? Unseen 64, I believe is what it's called. There was an interview with Nick Broody, and basically they were curious because Doug TenNapel and the gang had a lot of different screen, you know, like concept arts that they released to the public, and they got people wondering, were there any levels that had to be uncut because of the game, you know, in development. And technically there are 2 versions of levels that were changed dramatically, which were, I'm guessing, Intestinal Distress, or something like Intestinal Distress, and For Pete's Sake. However, in the interview, they said it is actually the opposite. They had basically the full game ready, and then Sega came with a huge contract for an exclusive level for the Sega version, so that Sega's Earthworm Jim could stand out from Super Nintendo. Obviously, you know, Sega and Super Nintendo were both in a huge rivalry, and it's only understandable that Sega would want their version of Earthworm Jim to be better. Or at least include more so it seems like it's better. Plus, Intestinal Distress was actually made in one night. I remember in the interview that it was Nick Broody and I think another programmer, where they basically stayed up all night making the level, and then Mike Dietz came in looking very, very sad, or, you know, very, very, you know, kind of pitying the poor programmer who had to go through all this. So yeah, this whole level was made in basically a night. It was made in one night. Can you believe that? Alright guys, so give me one moment. I will have to do a save state, otherwise the game will break. Alright, doing a save state here, and this is the reason why. So, you're fighting the boss, and everything goes well until, well, now there's no more boss, and the game's broken. So apparently, Dr. Duodenum actually had the same enemy programming. One plasma shot was all it took. So that means you have to beat this boss fair and square. This boss is kind of hard if you're not careful. So let's get back to the actual actual game again. Let me go ahead and use my plasmas. Okay, here we go. Oh, I don't like this boss. Because he jumps around and sometimes his jump patterns confuse me. I know what you're thinking. It looks easy. But it ain't. It's not easy. Especially on difficult. He hurts a lot more. Come on, die already. Die, you sack of crap! No, 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 no. No, 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 no! Oh. Would you guys be terribly put out if I did this? Sorry. I just don't want to go through all that again. We gotta keep these... No! I forgot I had plasmas. Cut! Alright, here we go. Let's try this again. I like the fart noise. Because it's funny. Yeah, Jim make funny fart noise. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. So far so good. Oh no. I'm gonna jinx myself. No. No. Sack of crap, die. How many attacks? There we go, finally. Yeehaw. Alright guys, we are entering the last of the levels. Here we go. Y'all saw me fight Cycro, so I'm probably just gonna speed run this if I can. And I can't, because I'm gonna get hit by every asteroid known to man. What is the difference between asteroid A and asteroid B? No, really, what is the difference? Because they all look the same to me. All the asteroids appear the same. You'd think they could race over something a little bit better. Like, racing in an asteroid belt? Why? I mean, why? And all logic aside, or, you know, all logic, yeah, why? Why? I don't understand. You're throwing your life away, Jim. You have so much to live for. You're the only worm in a superhero suit that gives you a freaking huge ray gun, plasma ray gun, that you can blast at a bazillion miles or bazillion rounds per second. Quoted by Earthworm Jim 2 Game Show. Alright, the last level. Hey. Okay. Let's see if I can do this in one try. I cannot. I only have 20 health. Alright. Well, let's do it. Wish me luck, guys. Bring in the stunt double. Or a stunt worm. Okay. That didn't count. This is the real time. No. No. Alright. Alright. Still good. Still good. Okay. Last level. No. Get away. I don't have my bug spray. Insectica. Planet of 1,000 hordes. Yeah, I guess I should have named all the planets. Sorry. I didn't... let's see. We had Earth, which was basically New Junk City. New Junk City was Earth. What the heck? Planet Heck. Down the tubes. Planeta de Aqua. Arriba. Yeah, I said it. It's not a problem. Planet I want to say it's called Planet Mucus. I want to say it's Planet just called Mucus as the planet. Oh yeah, no differences so far, guys. Hey, wait, there's a secret here. Why didn't the secret go?
Oh yeah.
There's supposed to be a secret that goes there, but it also, I don't know. It was supposed to activate. It's activated before. Perhaps it's just glitching up. What other planets? After that, then we have level. Well, level 5 isn't a planet. You're on a space station lab, which is Professor Monkey Forehead's lab. Intestinal Distress is a planet that is actually an organ. Like, the whole planet is organs, made of organs. And then you have, for Pete's sake, and I want to say they called it the Dog Star System. I will correct it in the comments below if I'm wrong. But I want to say it's called the Dog Star System, and it's actually one of the more dangerous places in the galaxy. And Jim is escorting Peter Puppy to his home. And then we have planet Insectica. Well, Intestinal Distress, the organ planet, is, second to the last level. Unless you have the Super Nintendo version, then the second to the last level is for Pete's sake. Oh. So guys, I've really enjoyed this playthrough so far. I mean, it's been fun. I always love doing these kind of things, and it's great to see these kind of things together, like both, seeing the prototype and seeing the final. I'll probably actually will do a full playthrough of the final game, or what I'll do is I'll have like oh no, bad thing happened. I'll have a complete playthrough. Oh god. Okay, I'll have a full playthrough of either the final, or what I'll do is I will record another video with all the changes from, because all y'all seen is the prototype. You haven't seen the actual full game side by side, because I just don't want to edit. Editing just takes too long, and I don't have that much time. So I just prefer to just do a full playthrough. I don't have that much bullets, so I might actually have to cheat and just maybe if I do it this way, I won't be wasting bullets. No, don't summon your minions. That's where everything goes bad. Yeah. I think, literally, guys, you have to have, like, at least 2,000 bullets. So, let's get it over with. Alright, we beat it! Yay! Alrighty. I will be quiet for the ending. Poor Jim didn't have a chance. I will keep this playing for y'all. That way, in case y'all notice anything. As far as I know, this is the same as the original. I find it really funny that Princess What's-Her-Name still blinks. Yeah, sorry guys, no worm documentary in this one. You'll have to look forward to the special edition. What are worms? Adult animals with like tube-like bodies, commonly referred to as Dave Perry. Alright guys, well this concludes basically me talking. What I'm probably going to do now is just completely shut up or maybe have a few says. I'm actually going to let y'all see the full demo reel of this game because it's different. It is definitely different than the original game, which is always really exciting to see. So, without further ado, here's all the demos. I honestly think it's neat that they re-recorded the demos for the final release, because so far all these, they don't match. They're different. This I found neat, honestly, in the demo, that it actually showed part 2. We even get a demo of who turned out the lights. They probably took this out because they wanted people to find this level themselves, so it'd not be like a real, oh yeah, that level from the demo. No, it'd be more of a, oh my god, there's a secret level? That's probably why they did that. And that's all the demos. Last thing to show y'all. So, like all Earthworm Jim games, there are secret cheat menus, like super menus. So, someone from AssemblerGames kindly cracked the code for us. So, let's see. Actually, a lot simpler here. And here you are, guys. Thursday, 28th July 1994. This is the super menu for Earthworm Jim prototype. To do this code, A+left, BB, AA, BB, A. I'll leave that in the description too. Alright guys, so this will allow you to go to anywhere, anytime. Pretty neat. Turn on that, turn on this. I think the byte sizes are definitely different. And it says for Dave, Halverson, and Jay only. This is the Game Magazine version. So basically, for Game Magazine, ExplodedHamster told him that he got it from Jason Wilson himself on Nintendo Age. So that's always really interesting to find. If y'all ever see ExplodedHamster, give him a huge shout out. This guy is amazing for actually giving us an opportunity to play a prototype and actually see a prototype from the Sega Genesis version of Earthworm Jim. And hopefully more prototypes will come out and be dumped for everyone to play. And if they do, let me know, guys. I will play these. I love Earthworm Jim. I love doing comparisons. And in another video, I will actually show you like some of the glitches that I found that weren't in this playthrough. I'll upload them so y'all can see them. Alright, guys. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I do appreciate it, as always. The Facebook page is still going. I'll leave that in the description. The Earthworm Jim fan game still in development. Sorry for keeping it real quiet, but don't worry. They have a huge surprise. Not just this. This was one of the big surprises, but I got some more coming up. And so, just stay tuned. You have to stay tuned, and you have to stay groovy. Just let me know. Like I said, I will do these. These are really fun. It took hours to do side-by-side comparisons because I literally played each level to its fullest, trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. But there were some minute changes in here, but changes nonetheless, and that's always interesting to find in a prototype. But you guys, I'll see you later, and I'll post another video pretty soon. I appreciate everyone, and if you like, comment, and do the subscription things. That way you know when things are coming. Alright, guys, take it easy. Bye-bye.